Good day. Thank you for joining us at ECC. We have some amazing educators with us. I'm Principal Tiffany Barrow. We have with us Miss Jill Tanner. Miss Tanner, please wave your hand. We also have Mrs. Spengen. Miss Spengen, please wave your hand. We also have Mrs. Berrigan. Mrs. Berrigan, please wave your hand. We also have, of course, Mrs. White. She's coming in. Mrs. White, please raise your hand and wave your hand. Thank you so much. So we're going to start with Miss Tanner, and we're going to then go to Miss White. Miss Tanner is going to talk about K1 expectations and how she uses K1 expectations in her classroom. Miss Tanner?
K1 expectations has impacted the learning in my classroom by giving a clear benchmark at the beginning of the year, what my students know. At the kindergarten level, when the children come in the first couple of weeks, we assess them to see what letters do they know, what letter sounds do they know, what sight words might they know. And that gives us a clear picture so that we can differentiate and meet the children where they are in their learning. So if I have children who I can see, these children all know the letters, they can identify the letters A through Z, I can go on and work on letter sounds with them. The same with children who might already have letter sounds. I know those children are ready for the next step, that maybe they might be ready to start bumping and blending letters together to form words. Throughout the year, K1 expectations informs my learning so that I could differentiate and plan for my small groups.
Excelente. Thank you so much, Miss Tanner. We're going to now pivot to the person right next to you, who is now sitting in the hot seat. We are now going to go to Miss White. Let me just say, Miss Tanner is one of our amazing kindergarten teachers, and Miss White is a teacher that teaches English as a new language. Okay, Mrs. White, talk to us about the learning lab, the language lab that was developed in the beginning of the school year, and if you see any correlation to any growth on STAR literacy. Thank you.
So we started the language lab. We piloted the language lab in September with all of the ENL students, and it was an ELA/ENL based program where the kids would get pulled out. We used a multidisciplinary approach with each theme that was in Wonders, and each teacher owned a discipline or a station depending on what the theme was. And some weeks it would be math, science, ELA, whatever was tied into that week or the theme that was in that week. And we used multiple ways to incorporate language so that it could be all-encompassing, and we use cognates in the classroom so that the students were able to leverage their own language. And the correlation that we saw was that the vocabulary on the STAR Early Literacy test this year, it doubled, and it was very different from last year, as well as the phonemic awareness and phonological awareness. That had all those rates had also gone up, and we believed it was because each teacher was the kids were rotating into those different stations. We not only had letters, but we had numbers if the kids were having trouble counting. It depended on what the student needed, or what the students were needing the most. That's how we kind of like approached it, and also the themes within Wonders.
Thank you so much, Ms. That's amazing. It's just amazing how all of the teachers work together. So along with the program of the ENL teachers and the awesome jobs that the classroom teachers are doing, and we're going to discuss some other magnificent teachers that are on the screen as well, and their part in increasing student achievement. Mrs. Spengen. Mrs. Spengen is going to talk about our win periods, in which we have 2 days a week. Mrs.
Okay. Hi. So during our WIN period, that's when we do small group instruction in our classroom. We group our students based off of data, STAR, K expectations, Lexia, and we put them in their groups, and we really focus on that small group instruction. And I feel that it has really helped me strengthen the phonological awareness in my classroom because it helps me meet the individual needs of my students. I'm able to assess them directly. I'm able to fill in those gaps and help them with their learning deficits. I'm able to ensure that my students have an equitable learning experience, just like their colleagues. Right now I teach ICT. So in our classroom, there's gen ed teacher, special ed. So we're able to group our students with my students with some gen ed students. So it gives them the same learning opportunities. And I'm really able to differentiate. I also like how during the WIN period, we're able to give like specific feedback right away in that small group, which is really meaningful to them. And I'm able to see that they're really focusing during the small groups. And I do see that they have shown tremendous growth because we're able to work on those gaps and meet their needs and also meet the students right where they are, which has helped them really rise to where they are today. And we're able to also go at a pace that they are able to understand and at a level that they're able to understand in those small groups.
Amazing. Thank you so much, Mrs. Spengen. Now to the one and only, if I had a drum roll, Mrs. Berrigan. Mrs. Berrigan, we're going to ask that you unmute. And then Mrs. Berrigan has a very significant role, and she's going to discuss our AIS model. Mrs. Berrigan.
So as the AIS teacher, the teachers recommend the students that they would like me to take based on the data and their classroom observations. So I take a small group of children with me, and I'm finding it really enables me to identify the student's strength as well as the areas of support that they need. Working in the small groups, I find they're much more focused with just me and the small group that we have. And I'm finding they're feeling very comfortable and confident sharing amongst each other, not only with me, but with their partners when we're on the carpet doing activities. We spend a lot of time focusing on letters, sound, sight words, phonemic awareness activities. And you can really see how confident they are as we're going through with our small groups. And I like that we are kind of interchanging students pretty quickly as the weeks are going on, because we know at this time of year, especially, kids are growing with their learning skills. So between myself and the other teachers, we're moving kids in and out.
Amazing. So I want to just thank Miss Tanner. I want to thank Mrs. White. I want to thank Mrs. Spengen. I want to thank Mrs. Berrigan and all of the faculty and staff in the Early Childhood Center who is doing an amazing job in lifting all students as we continue to grow. Thank you for this time, and we hope you have a wonderful, wonderful day. Good afternoon. We are so grateful that you are joining us today, and I am elated to introduce some amazing support staff at the Early Childhood Center. I am going to start with Miss Carrie Prusinowski, who's going to just tell you her title in the Early Childhood Center.
Hi, I'm Carrie Prusinowski. I'm a board certified behavior analyst, and I help support teachers with students managing behavior. I help create token boards, visual schedules, any kind of behavior management need the teachers need, I help support.
Excellent day. Thank you so much. Thank you so much for that. We're going to now pivot to a very special individual in the Early Childhood Center. Her name is Miss Jessica Flores, and she's going to introduce her job title and actually what she does in the Early Childhood Center School. Ms. Flores?
Good afternoon. My name is Jessica Flores. I'm the school social worker, and I do friendship groups for kids that have a little bit of challenging behaviors and emotions. And during that group, we students learn about different emotions and how to have respect, boundaries, and for all the students.
Thank you. Thank you so very much. And we're going to pivot right next to you. There's an amazing individual sitting right next to you, and I'm going to let her say her name and introduce her role and just speak about some of the things that she does in this particular role.
So my name is Sabrina Pierre. I'm a bilingual speech therapist, and at ECC, I help our students with speech and language to help them express their wants and needs and to be able to safely navigate our school.
Thank you so much. And if you don't mind, if you can just talk a little bit about our student support team meetings that you are a member of, and anyone at any time can jump in at that time if you want to just express something. So who would like to start? Talk about our student support and child study meetings that everyone has been a part of throughout some portion of your journey here.
I can start. So all of us here on the screen are part of our student support meetings. And during these meetings, teachers submit their student's name, and we sit as a group, a collective, to help go over the students and come up with the best tier 1 and tier 2 strategies to help them inside and out of the classroom.
Amazing. And we're going to just go down. I'm going to say, some people might say go down memory lane, but I'm ecstatic to have met this amazing administrator, in which I was not here when she was an administrator prior, but I am so glad that our paths have crossed. And I am going to introduce you to the one and only Miss Astrid Johnson.
Hello. My name is Astrid Johnson. I am a retired principal, and I've worked in the district for over 20 years as a teacher, an administrator on the building level at central office. And I'm so pleased and excited to be here at ECC working as the assistant principal.
Amazing, Miss Johnson. And we're so glad to have you. Will you talk a little bit about your experience, your first time being in our ECC store with Eagle?
That was an experience to behold. I was so excited to be in our school store. Our school store has currency. We have money. We have Eagle Bucks. Students earn Eagle Bucks for walking through the hallways properly, for sitting at lunch properly, for walking through the hallways, going to the bathroom, going to the library, behaving appropriately in their classroom. They are able to earn bucks and go into the store and spend their Eagle Bucks to buy various items and merchandise that they are so excited and pleased about. I was so thrilled to go into the store because it was so beautifully managed. We have a manager, we have store clerks, and our students are our customers. So we have a very well-organized and planned out school store that I'm so excited to be in. I'm the general manager of the school store, so it is something to see, and I'm really excited about it. Thank you.
I love it. And I am just going to end with, in our instructional schedule, you will see that we have SEL blocks in which students learn strategies 15 minutes a day with their classroom teachers. We are so privileged to have piloted Franklin Covey's Leader in Me, in which students are learning how to self-regulate their emotions. And we are just so proud of our teachers working with our scholars. We also have behavior goals, and we've as a school created a rubric in which teachers use the baseline of report card grades to see how they're going to elevate the thinking and the expectation of behavior within the classroom, out of the classroom, and there is also a home activity. So we are so excited that in the Early Childhood Center, we are committed to the whole child, not only in academics, but also social emotional learning. Anytime you want to visit, feel free to call us, contact us. We are ecstatic about learning, and we want to say thank you for your time right now. Thank you very, very, very much. And thank you all, every member of the student support team. Without you, we would be nothing. We cannot do anything without a village, and you are the village that holds us all together. So we want to say thank you very, very much from the bottom of my heart. Thank you. Well, good morning, Mr. Coates. Thank you for joining me today. I'm honored that you took the time to speak with me today, and I'm going to just tell us a little bit about your role in the Early Childhood Center.
So my name is John Coates. I'm the music teacher here at ECC, and my role is I teach the children music, how to sing, how to play music, how to listen to music, how to experience it, move around with it. And during this time as well in ECC, I also help get the kids ready for our annual events, such as our Black History Month celebration and our Multicultural Night celebration. I get them prepared musically. We talk about culture. We listen to different music, talk about it, move to it, experience it. And I also help facilitate these events, getting them on and off the stage, helping getting the everything situated as well.
Amazing. And I attest you are an amazing musician and teacher in the Early Childhood Center School. I want to talk a little bit about our third commitment in our SCEP plan, our School Comprehensive Education Plan. And as we know, the community is extremely important in any institution, any organization. And as a school, we committed this year to recultivating an environment where people feel welcome at all times, not only in our building, but the community abroad. What impact has the cultural events that we have at ECC had on the students, their parents, the community, and our great staff?
Well, thank you for asking. There are a lot of things that I see after these events throughout the hallways, throughout the classroom, throughout the school. For the students, the chance to celebrate their culture, be it in their food, their music, how they dress, their traditions, just seeing all the students come together in these events and making music together and getting to talk about their culture, their family, what they do for their traditions has greatly impacted our scholars. They seem more enthused to come to school, to be in the classroom, to participate in these events. And every time we have one of the events, the next event, we just get that many more students, more parents, more community members. And it's also a beautiful thing to see all these community members, parents, faculty, staff, other members of the board, and other members of our school district come together and also celebrate not only their cultures, their traditions, but to highlight the cultures and traditions of other families, other parents, scholars from all around the world. It's a really beautiful thing. And the staff seem more engaged. They're also super excited to be a part of it, to help host, to help cook meals, to help serve, to help get the parents there. And the parents seem to love it too. They keep coming back and they're happier every time. Phones out, they're recording, they're singing along, they're smiling, and they're talking about it too. They're getting to see all the cool different variations of culture and how we celebrate them in our school. And they're asking questions, they're coming to these events. It's just a really great time, and it's great to see the community be so involved in our education and their traditions.
And I love your excitement. It is awesome. And I can attest, it was just a beautiful thing when we had our winter extravaganza that it encompasses culture. And in the classrooms, it was just amazing to see the boards that the teachers and the students made together about their culture and how it was brought alive on this night. And we kind of laced the stage with all of the boards, and we didn't have to design a backdrop. That was the backdrop that was created by the students and their families, and also the wonderful teachers and support staff that we have here at ECC. I am elated. I am so excited. We have some more events coming. We have our spelling bee coming, which is amazing. We already had our class winners, and now we're going to have our school spelling bee on May the 8th here at in the Kakiak campus. And we are also raring up for our graduation. Oh my goodness.
Can't wait.
Is bar excellence. So we are definitely excited. But I just want to thank you, Mr. Coates, for being an exceptional musician, an exceptional employee for the East Ramapo Central School District. You are humble, you are gracious, and we're honored to have you a part of our faculty and staff. So I just want to personally, as your principal, tell you, thank you very much for being who you are each and every day. All right.
Thank you.
You're
Thank
welcome.
you so much.
You are welcome very much. And thank you for this time. Until next time.
Until next time.
Until next time. Well, good morning, Mr. Christensen and also Mrs. Kwalecki. Thank you for joining us today. We are extremely happy that you took the time to speak with us today. And I just want you to introduce yourself to everyone. We'll start with Mrs. Kwalecki. Tell us who you are.
Hi, good morning. My name is Sherry Kwalecki. I'm a teaching assistant at the Early Childhood Center. I'm actually a born and raised student. I was born and raised here as well as my parents. So I have a long history with the East Ramapo Central School District.
Hi, Ms. Barrow. My name is Robert Christensen. I'm a security aide here at the Early Childhood Center. I'm finishing my 8th year here. I as well went through from Limekiln Elementary School in 1969 to Ramapo High School in 1982. So we've been here for many, many years, and we're very happy. We love the Early Childhood Center.
Amazing, amazing. Thank you very, very, very much. So I'm going to ask you about some things that maybe you're able to speak about. And we're going to start with Ms. Kwalecki. Ms. Kwalecki, I want you to talk about and tell us about safety and the importance of safety in the school building. One of our commitments, commitment number 3, talks about recultivating an environment that is welcoming, where people feel safe. So in that instance, in your experience throughout your career as a student within East Ramapo and also now as a professional in East Ramapo, tell us in the Early Childhood Center some things that we do to promote safety in the hallways, you know, et cetera.
Sure. Well, being the youngest grade, Early Childhood Center, we're dealing with kindergarten children, 5 and 6 years old. It's extremely important that safety be our utmost concern. And walking in the hallway, teaching the children that walking is very important, being in a line, quietness of walking in the hall so that if there is any kind of announcements, that we can hear them and direct the children to where they need to be.
Thank you so, so very much. And I concur on its importance that we really need to teach our young people now how to behave in a way that is going to be conducive to their learning, even when they get to the next school, when they leave the Early Childhood Center, that the foundation has to be right. So thank you so much for those words of wisdom. We're now going to go to Mr. Christensen. You are our security aide, so you may see things from another perspective. Just talk to us about safety, you know, outside of the building. You wear many hats, even though you're a security aide. So talk to us.
Okay, well, the first thing about my job is number one and only is to keep our children safe. And during the course of the first day of school, starting then, what we try and instill in the children is that order and structure when entering the school and getting off the buses and walking to and from the buses has to be done in an orderly fashion. So we have several teachers and assistant teachers that help out and assist me in the dismounting of the buses and then loading the buses in the afternoon. And we need the children to understand that quiet and structure and listening closely, so for their safety and for everyone's safety, so that they're able to board the buses safely and also when they arrive in the morning. One of the things that we have instilled is to have the line leaders and the teachers that are escorting the children out of the building and into the building are placards that indicate their bus number, which are we're more able to decide in which direction they need to be escorted. So during that time, we have many people that are outside during the morning for arrival and then a dismissal that are making sure that the children are walking in an orderly and safe fashion in and out of the building.
Thank you so much for that, Mr. Christensen. And I just want to take the time to thank you and Mrs. Kolecki, because both of you go beyond the call of duty. Mr. Rob, as I affectionately call him, Mr. Rob, Mr. Christensen is always outdoors to help us, even in our lunch and recess, which he does not have to do, but he does it, and we're appreciative of it. Because sometimes we do need a helping hand here at ECC. So we're grateful for that. And Mrs. Kolecki goes beyond her role in her job description at all times, from taking over teaching assignments to helping with events to keeping structure and harmony in our school. So I just want to personally, as principal, tell you both thank you. And I know the children are extremely thankful for you. I personally see, even today, I saw children hugging Miss Kolecki. They did not want to let her go. And also Mr. Rob. They're very affectionate people. And when you give off affection, that's what you see in return. So I want to thank you from the bottom of my heart for being gracious, for being patient, and for loving on the faculty, the staff, and the children in the Early Childhood Center. So thank you very much.
Thank you.
Thank you very much. We appreciate you.
Thank you.
All set?
Well, thank you very much for joining us today. I would like you to introduce yourself to the community.
Yes, ma'am. My name is Rita Bennett. I am the grandmother of Christine Norfleet. And as a grandmother, you know, we grandmothers carry our children in their heart. So we're always concerned what school, what type of education, what type of care, what type of safety they're taking. And I found you all 150%. And I say that because I'm always full of questions. Miss Barrow, I must stop you in the hallway at least 99 times. But I thank God that you're there with the answers. I love Miss Thomas, who's always she see me and she know, Christine, come on down. And Robert, who's security, that makes a big difference. He knows my grandchild. He calls me by my name. He's always concerned. And this is the type of school that I want my grandbaby in. I love the surroundings. I love the activities. And I love asking questions. And I know you know that.
Yes, ma'am. Yes, ma'am. So I just want to say thank you. It's very encouraging also when you see a grandparent very, very involved in their children's and your grandchildren's future, because we need the wisdom of parents. And I thank you personally. You have come to parent support meetings that we had at night in the beginning of the school year, when we were talking about safety and how we can develop, a partnership to make sure that we keep that at the helm of our thoughts. So I do want to thank you for being an exceptional community member in the Early Childhood Center. Your presence brightens up the hallway. I don't mind answering your 99 questions every day. It is an absolute joy. So I just want to formally tell you thank you for being a part of our community. And we hope, that you send some more grandchildren our way in the future.
Yes, I'll be sending other children, no more grandkids. It stopped with Christine and her little sister, okay? But I love them dearly, and I love the school. And thank you for welcoming me. I thank you for the staff. That makes a difference. I'm always watching the staff, the way they talk to the children, the way they handle them, and I'm very well pleased.
Thank you, ma'am. Thank you very much for your time.
You're welcome.
Well, thank you. I have someone in front of me that I'm going to let her introduce herself to the community. So may you tell us your name and who you are?
I am Taryn Washington Peterson, and I am the principal of Pomona Middle School of East Maryville School District.
Thank you for being with us today. So I just wanted you to come on because a part of our commitment number 3 is for the community to feel welcomed. And I know that you were at one of our events, and I know that you were able to see the whole event. And I am speaking none other than our Black History Month presentation at the Early Childhood Center. So I just want you to tell the community about your experience during one of our parent engagement events.
So first I want to say thank you so much, not only for inviting me, but also honoring me. It's something that was a great honor for myself that I was not anticipating. And it speaks volumes that even though you do what you do and you live in your purpose, that you can still be seen by your fellow colleagues, by the school-wide community. So thank you.
You are welcome.
The event itself was phenomenal. It was just great to see the whole community come out, from politicians to educators to parents. Even some of my parents were there, which was beautiful. To teachers coming out. And the most important part, right? The little scholars. They weren't just the most adorable things, but so poised, from them sharing their voices and singing what they have practiced, even to the most motivational poetry that they shared about Black History Month, which is phenomenal. So kudos to you and what the work that you're doing with your kids. But not only did that whole piece come together and you bringing the superintendent out and acknowledging him as well, but once the event had concluded, you even provided a space for families to come together and eat. And in our communities, especially during Black History Month, that's what brings the families together. We're able to break bread and to give thanks, and you created a space for that. So thank you for that too. So to be able to get up and transition into another space in your building that you opened up, and to have those community members, for teachers or volunteers, to sit back and serve the families and really honor them, was truly a pleasure.
Now, don't have me crying on camera, Principal Washington Peterson, but thank you so much for taking your busy time. I know how busy it is at this time of the year to just come by virtual, by little old ECC, and just share with us on today. So again, I want to say thank you. It's an honor to be your colleague as well. You do amazing things as well. And thank you so, so much for your time and your consideration. Thank you so much.
Absolutely. Thank you.
So welcome and thank you for taking the time to speak with me today. So I want you to do me a favor and just introduce yourself to the community, okay? Whoever wants to go first can go first.
Hi, I'm Katrina Murray, and I'm a registered nurse here at the ECC school.
Thank you.
And I'm Mario Sandoval, and I'm also a registered nurse here at Catholic Elementary.
Very, very nice for you guys to come and speak with us today. I do know that CACIAT and ECC, we share the same nurse's office, so we're privileged to have you both here. And I just want you to speak about briefly, we have a commitment at ECC, and our third commitment deals with a welcoming environment for everyone. And I just want you to talk about your experience since you have come to the Early Childhood Center.
Okay, you want me to go first? Or you?
Yeah, if you want to, sure.
Okay, so from day one, I've been here since the end of February, and I was welcomed from the moment I walked through the door by you, Ms. Barrow, and all of the teachers, the students. Everyone was very welcoming, and I felt really honored, really, to be here.
Thank you. Thank you very, very much.
Yeah, and I also share a very similar experience, from teachers to faculty to superiors. Everyone shows a very welcoming personality, and it shows in the students as well when they're coming in. They're encouraged to speak up, they're encouraged to ask questions, and almost all questions, actually all questions, are answered. And I really do appreciate that. It makes working, side by side together in the same office, fantastic. We work very well together.
Yes.
I think the environment provides that for us too. So definitely.
Wow. It's been amazing just to work with both of you as well. Every time I come to the nurse's office, I'm greeted with a smile from you guys as well. You're exceptional professionals, and anytime you have the opportunity, because I know in your own profession, you work in hospitals, you work other places, and sometimes at night, and you take your days to come and honor us with your expertise and your presence. So it's an honor for me as well to see you both every day. And thank you very, very much for being a part of the Early Childhood Center / CACI at camp. Thank you very, very, very much.
Thank you for having us. It's a pleasure to take care of and keep the children and the staff all healthy.
Thank you. Thank you very much.
Very much. And thank you for including us in your family here.
Yeah.
Thank you. Thank you.